welcome back to my channel, At Home with Willowberry. Or if you're new, welcome. But where have you been? I'm so happy to see you here. My name is Valerie, and in today's video, I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving. I need to clean up the kitchen and make a big pot of collards. I also want to share with you a couple of gifts that I received in my post office box. I tell you what, I have the sweetest subscribers, and y'all knew just what I needed. I can't wait to show y'all what I got in the mail, and then I need to whip my kitchen back in shape before the holiday. I've got a super long video full of homemaking motivation, so if you're interested, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the video. How are you all doing today? Are you ready for the holiday season? I can't believe it. Christmas is right around the corner. Where did this year go? It has flown by so fast. Well, the drywall technicians have been working very hard to get our drywall installed in record time. They finished hanging the drywall in the 3 bedrooms. All that's left for them to do is to mud and sand. So I should have an update on the drywall by the end of this video. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and my kitchen is a wreck. We spent most of the day shopping for our Thanksgiving dinner and we got home pretty late, so we decided to get pizza for dinner tonight. We ordered 3 pizzas. 2 were meat pizzas with pineapple and then 1 pepperoni pizza. Oh, and they were stuffed crust. That's usually what we order when getting pizza. How about you? What's your favorite kind of pizza? So like I mentioned, Thanksgiving is in just 2 days, and I'm pretty sure this is the dirtiest the kitchen has ever been. On top of the normal everyday messes, there's also a thick layer of drywall dust on everything, so I need to wipe down all the surfaces, sweep, mop, and put away the dishes. While we were out shopping, I picked up a ton of fruit, so I need to find a place for that, and I also need to put the flowers into a vase with water before they start to wilt. I love flowers, and these are perfect for fall. The yellows and purples are so pretty. I wish I knew how to style a bouquet of flowers. The most I know how to do is to get them into a vase with water. But that's all right. It might not be very fancy, but they're still very pretty to look at. All right, well, I'm going to take care of the flowers, put the fruit away, and then I'm going to get to cleaning. While we were at Walmart, I picked up a lot of fresh fruit. I want to make a winter simmer pot which calls for apples and oranges, so I bought a little bit more than I usually do. I was at TJ Maxx a few days ago and picked up a wooden fruit bowl, but I don't think it's going to be big enough. I do manage to make it work, for now, but it's not really practical. I'm going to have to get a bigger basket to store the fruit in. Alright, well, I'm going to take care of the fruit, and then I need to dust all the drywall dust off the microwave stand. It never dawned on me how much drywall dust there would be. It's literally everywhere. I can't wait for Thanksgiving. Tim will be deep frying 2 big old turkeys, and they are always so delicious. But first I need to get this kitchen cleaned up. We were out shopping all day, so I'm getting a late start. It wouldn't be so bad if there wasn't so much drywall dust everywhere. It's going to be a late night of cleaning for me. After I get the kitchen cleaned up, then I'll get started on the collards. I love this large kitchen. There's just one downfall. It takes twice as long to sweep and mop, especially today with all the drywall dust on the floor. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining. I'm very thankful that we're getting drywall. I just never knew there would be so much dust. I want to say a very big thank you to a sweet subscriber who sent this O-Cedar Easy Ring Spin Mop to my P.O. box. You did not have to do that, but man, did you make my day. I've always wanted one, so thank you so much. I've been using a Swiffer mop, but it just wasn't getting the job done. I loved mopping with the O-Cedar mop. It was so easy to use, and the floor never looked cleaner. There wasn't a name with the package, so I don't know who sent it, but I just want you to know that I really appreciate the mop. I really do love this mop. Even Tim had to try it out. But then did you see him walk across my wet floor to take the dogs out? The nerve of him! It's a good thing I love him. Not everybody could get away with that. All right, well, I'm going to finish mopping the floor, and then after a little visit with my pups, it will be time to get started on the collards. I can't get over how clean the floors look. Thank you again to the sweet follower who sent me the mop. I really do appreciate it. Alright, well, it's pretty late here. It's midnight, but I really want to get the collards soaking in cold water. I don't have any room in the fridge to store them, and I don't want them to go all wilty. So the sooner I can cook them, the better. I do have room in the freezer, so as soon as I finish cooking the collards, I'll put them in the freezer until Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving morning, I'll just defrost the collards on the counter until it's time to reheat them for dinner. Well, before I can soak the collards, I need to wash a few dishes, including a beautiful stainless steel pot that was sent to me by another sweet follower. You know what? It's amazing to me how things tend to work out. I was actually wondering what I was going to cook all those collards in. I don't have any pots big enough here at the trailer. My stock pot is in storage. I was thinking I would probably use Tim's deep fryer pot to cook them in, but as soon as I opened this box from the post office, well, I couldn't believe my luck. This pot is just perfect for cooking the collards in. It's also perfect for large pots of pasta, and it even has a steam basket. This was such a thoughtful gift. Thank you so much to the kind subscriber who sent it to me. I can't wait to use it. The dishes are all clean, and I washed the sink out really good with hot soapy water, since the sink is where I'll be soaking the collards. This is only the second time I've ever made collards. The first time didn't turn out so great. I'm hoping that this time will be a success. I love collards, especially the ones my dad used to make. Unfortunately, I never got his recipe, so I had to Google one. Fingers crossed that these will taste as good as my dad's. You know what? I used to despise the taste of collards as a kid, but one day when I was a teenager, I decided to give them a second try. And you know what? They were delicious. It's funny how our taste buds change as we grow. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and destem the collards, and I'm going to soak them in the sink with cold water with vinegar to remove any dirt and any bugs that might be hiding in the leaves. It's now probably about 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm exhausted. I wasn't planning on pulling an all-nighter tonight, so after rinsing and draining the collard leaves a few times, then I'm going to let them soak in cold water for a few hours while I go lay down. I'll be back bright and early first thing in the morning to cook the collards. Well, good morning, y'all. I took a little nap, hopped in the shower, and I made myself a cup of coffee. So now I'm ready to tackle the day. I need to start cooking the collards, and I need a boiled egg so I can make deviled eggs on Thanksgiving. And since I'm up so early, I thought I'd go ahead and make a breakfast casserole to share with the Drywall installers. The first thing I'm going to do is start the broth for the collards.
The broth will need to cook for approximately 2 hours before I even add the collard leaves to the broth. For the broth, I'll saute an onion and garlic in olive oil until translucent, and then I'll add the smoked turkey necks, chicken broth, sugar, black pepper, and vinegar to the pot. I'll bring the broth to a boil and then reduce the heat to low to allow the broth to simmer for 2 hours before adding the collard leaves. Letting the broth and turkey neck simmer together for 2 hours before adding the leaves is to give enough time for the broth to get that smoky flavor from the turkey necks. I'm using smoked turkey necks to season my collards today, but you could also use ham hocks, bacon, or any other smoked meat to help season the collards. This is where I wish I had my dad's recipe. I don't know which smoked meat that he preferred to use. The first time I made collards, I used salted pork, but the collards just didn't taste right to me. It didn't taste like my dad's, so today I decided to try smoked turkey necks. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Alright, well I'm going to add the chicken broth, vinegar, sugar, and pepper to the pot and bring it to a boil. I'll then reduce the heat and let the broth simmer for about 2 hours before I add the collards. The broth is simmering away and smells delicious. Once I finish putting away the dishes, then I'm going to boil some eggs so I can make deviled eggs on Thursday for Thanksgiving. I figured since I was already up bright and early, and this would be the last day that the drywall installers were scheduled to be here, I thought I'd go ahead and make a breakfast casserole to share with the crew. I quickly researched a recipe for bacon breakfast casseroles and found one that I can throw together super easy. Alright y'all, let's go ahead and throw together a bacon breakfast casserole. This casserole calls for bacon, eggs, onions, milk, salt and pepper, and dry mustard, as well as frozen hash brown patties. I'm going to get started by dicing up 1 onion, and then I'll dice up 1 pound of bacon into bacon bits. While the bacon is frying up in a pan, I'll crack 12 eggs into a bowl with 1 cup of milk. I'll add the onion to the egg mixture, as well as the salt, pepper, and dry mustard. Next, I'll line a casserole dish with the frozen hash brown patties. And once the bacon is ready, I'll sprinkle it all over the top of the hash browns, as well as 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I'll then pour the milk and egg mixture over the bacon and cheese. It will bake in a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the center is firm to the touch. Alright y'all, let's put together this breakfast casserole. The boiled eggs are finished cooking and need to be cooled down, so I'm going to place the pot under some cool running water. I'll come back to peel the eggs later once they've cooled down. The broth for the collards is coming along nicely, but it's only been cooking for about an hour, so I'm going to let it cook for a bit longer. Alright, well, let's get back to the bacon breakfast casserole. The bacon is ready, so let's put together the casserole. I placed a layer of frozen hash brown patties in the bottom of the casserole dish. Next, I'll cover the hash browns with bacon and cheese. I'll then pour the egg mixture over the bacon, cheese, and hash browns. It will bake between 30 and 40 minutes, and when it's finished baking, it will be an ooey gooey, cheesy yumminess full of bacon, and I can't wait to dig in. The eggs are cooled down and ready to be peeled. I'm going to go ahead and peel them now and then place them back in the fridge until Thursday when I'll actually be making the deviled eggs. I tell you what, I can't wait for Thanksgiving and for Tim's deep fried turkey. It is so delicious. Tim will be cooking the turkeys and I'm going to be making too many sides for Thanksgiving. We plan on filming it, so be on the lookout for our next video to see how Tim's deep fried turkey turns out. Spoiler alert, it was delicious. The broth is finally ready for the collard greens, so I'm going to go ahead and add them to the pot. And I think the breakfast casserole will be just about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of the oven. I'm right on track to be ready for Thanksgiving. The kitchen is clean and free of drywall dust. The turkeys are defrosted and waiting to be fried up, and the collards are almost ready. Thanksgiving prep is a wrap for me. The real fun begins on Thursday. I plan on making 4 casseroles, some roasted veggies, and mashed potatoes. It's going to be a long day of home cooking, but I can't wait. Well, y'all, the drywall installers have come and gone. They finished the job, which means we can check this off our to-do list. We are one step closer to getting Granny and 2 of the boys into their own rooms. The next project will be to paint Granny's room. We'd especially like to get her into her own room before Christmas, or at least by the first of the year. Well, y'all, that's about it for another video. Thanks for joining me while I prepared for Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.